He's lost his house, his trucks, his tools, everything.
Isn't it suicide if you're the only one working?
If it's your job site, you're responsible.
He literally chopped his finger off.
You know how much money I make on that? Nothing.
Somebody will pay. Someone's pocket will pay.
People all the time, they need proof of insurance for workers' comp on their certificate of insurance to get to work, but he had an owner-only excluded policy to keep the price down. Minnesota allows you to do that for I want to say it's about $1,000 a year, and a lot of states let you do that, but it's really for subcontractors below him. So if he had people working below him that their insurance ran out for the day, then his insurance would cover that. But,
isn't it suicide if you're the only one working? Because technically what's happening is you're required to have insurance because you're in business. You don't have subs, so you get insurance because you're required, but you don't have subs. You're the only one doing the work. So no, it's like a loophole in reverse.
I completely agree. I don't think they should be able to sell that policy, you know what I mean, for an owner-only excluded policy. I don't like that. People call and ask me that all the time. You know how much money I make on that? Nothing, okay? You know how much risk I think? Every single time I think they have a claim. You know, and
the problem is it's the most popular among subs. So for subs to be in business, they have to have insurance. So if I'm a sub, let's say I install siding for a living. Every day I go install siding. Now GC will not hire me if I don't have insurance. So I go buy a policy that excludes me. I don't have any employees. So technically on paper I have insurance. In reality I don't have insurance. I get hurt.
And you sue your GC. Yeah.
You sue your GC.
That's what happens, or the homeowner. And that happens all the time.
And when things go wrong, GC is always will be the one who will pay. We have years ago, actually here in Atlanta, those of you who don't know, I used to work in a cabinet shop here. I spent 6 years in Atlanta, and for 2.5 years I worked in a cabinet shop. And the same thing, owner of the cabinet shop required every person who worked there, and that was like, knowing what I know now, I would call him, Alex, if you watch it, you were doing shady stuff. Okay, so every person who were coming, punching in, true employees, 7 to 5, we all were carrying our insurance. So, $70. But one guy on a job site, so we're talking about $2-3 million houses, $200,000-$300,000 worth of cabinets, fancy stuff getting installed. So this guy, he was Romanian, great guy. He was installer of our cabinet. So once we build it, paint it, he goes in. He has this table, and he literally chopped his finger off on a job site. Just his guard slide off or something.
He had it pinned back.
Yeah. So pretty much, they grabbed the finger. Put it in, I mean, the finger's still messed up. Alex, our boss, did not want to cover it, so insurance always goes up. So it's, the boss, then the GC, somebody will pay, someone's pocket will pay. And I think they settled for like $15,000 paying this guy off. So what I'm telling you is this, even if you have that in place, and I know a lot of roofing companies do it with the siding guys, with the gutter guys, if somebody will get hurt, you probably the one who will be paying the bill.
Yeah. If it's your job site, it's your responsibility.
Because they're excluded, they don't have the money, and sooner or later it will escalate to you. How can GC protect himself from a situation? If I'm a GC, here's my problem. Legally, can I require owner to be covered?
Yes, you can contractually require them.
I can?
Yeah, if that box is marked no, you can say.
But if the state does not require it?
You can contractually require them. The state doesn't matter. It's you. If you want to work for me, that's what you have to have, and that's what you have to say. And it's important that you hold firm with your requirements and not be flexible. I had a lady, she was a janitor. She had a cleaning company. And she had a bunch of employees, and she let one of her employees go do some work at another lady's house, and she didn't, she was like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's covered. That lady slipped and fell and got hurt, and she ended up having like a big claim, and it was like, that wasn't covered either. She lost everything. So, and that's another reason why you need an LLC or a corporation also, is you need a separate legal entity from your business. I hope all of you guys have that. If you need help setting up a corporation or an LLC, just let me know. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. We can do it over the phone. You pay your fee to the state and you're good to go. And that's another critical thing. She was a sole proprietor, so it was even, everything was exposed. I've had claims that have happened where the owner's an individual and he's lost his house, his trucks, his tools, everything because of a work comp claim. And again, like if it's your job site, you're responsible at the end of the day. It's just kind of how it is here in America. So.
Jason is asking, what's the chances of rates increasing after filing a property damage claim? For instance, your workers hit an AC line that's up against the decking while nailing shingles on installation.
So that's a really small repair, and as a roofing company, you should have an AC guy that you know to fix that. That's a $250 repair.
Well, he did. He told me the story last night. He paid $1,000.
Yeah,
to get it fixed.
$1,000 got.
No,
But were there multiple holes in that line?
Well,
or just...
but here's the thing. This could be a flood. It could be $15,000 claim. It could be insurance claim. So I guess his question, if it's bigger.
Even if that line is illegally installed along the decking of the roof, if you hit that line with a nail, you hit that line with a nail, it's your fault. It sucks. Even if you had a disclaimer in your contract saying we're not responsible for pipes illegally installed, guess what? That line was there for however long before you came, and it was fine. You're still responsible for it.
And most likely you will lose in court, probably.
Right. Well, in court, the judge is going to always side with the little guy. You know, if you're the company and you have insurance, you're always at fault. You're never going to, win that.
It sucked to be you guys.
Well, it's true, but you have to really be on your toes in order to avoid a lawsuit. Even some guys that I know have everything done, sometimes they're still worried going into court for a workers' comp claim, just because the judge could say, "Oh, guess what? It's still your fault. You're still paying." And the judge is always going to be the deciding factor at the end of the day. Even if your policy says that's excluded, even if there's a law against it, if the judge says you're paying it, you're paying it.
If you're the contractor enjoying our content on our YouTube channel, I also wanted to invite you to our Roofing Insights private group on Facebook. We respect and help each other, and we're looking for more good contractors in our group.